Good morning. We are Thursday morning, another beautiful day. As I woke this morning, I'm laying there giving thanks for just another opportunity. I replayed some of my day yesterday, which I often do, and I look back and I'm starting to notice a trail of synchronicities that are happening in my just everyday to day living. Some of the synchronicities I kind of let slip past me, but it seems now I'm just becoming a little bit more sensitive. Whether or not I recognize them at the moment, I sit back and play the tape in my mind, either that night or the following morning. And it's here where I see answers being given, but unless we, and for me, I'm speaking now me, become aware, become sensitive to these answers that are given to the questions that we send out to the universe and God, go unnoticed. And I've said before, and even in the beginning of this, becoming aware, I kind of looked at, no, I take that back, because most of my life I've always known that answers are given. It's just a matter of being aware. But I tell a lot of folks that I talk to who sit and wonder why I have not been answered. I sit and say, are you listening? Are you able to hear? Or is your mind and heart so cluttered with things that your receiver is off? You can't receive because you have so much that's blocking the messages. You know, for me, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. I'm not lucky. I'm blessed because I'm at a point where my soul family, people who I've been connected with, people who are here to help in the sense of on my walk, there's soul family that just shows up and always are there to lend a helping hand. And so partly why I'm doing these little videos, little vlogs, is to be maybe that person that might be able to help you in a time. And maybe some of these might resonate with you. The things that I've gone through, things I'm sharing. And that's kind of the thing that's driving me to do this. So synchronicities, these are awesome events if you become aware of them, if you notice them. There will be certain things, let's say a song pops up, and the words of the song will remind you of events that have happened or events that you're thinking about or something that's on your heart. And the song, the verb, or the words will be like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? And it will touch you in a way that you just go, oh, some might become emotional. I know for me, songs get me every time. It could be things. You might see a dog walking by that reminds you of something, a certain type of a dog, or somebody might say a word. There are so many different ways to get a synchronicity, a message, a sign. But it's when we become aware, when we become sensitive to, they'll go unnoticed. But when you're really seeking answers, when you really quiet yourself, when you really make room in your soul and your heart to receive the things that are coming to you, more than likely, they will go unnoticed. So now you say, hey, how do you become aware? For me, I look at everything that I say as powerful. It's powerful in the negative and it's powerful in the positive. So if I have negative thoughts, there's power in those negative thoughts. So I create that energy around me. If I'm thinking positive, if I believe no matter what I see, it's going to work out in my favor, I become more aware of those things because that's the energy that I'm putting out. Also, the other part of this is letting go of the things that you're holding on to that are hurting you, the things that are doing you no good anymore. I refer to this as the closet, going into your closet and getting rid of the things that no longer fit, no longer in fashion, no longer, they just don't serve you purpose anymore. And you go into your closet and start getting rid of the things that no longer serve you purpose. But for most people, the closet is a big thing. It's a big metaphor because for most people, we hold on to things and we think, well, one day this will fit. One day this will come back around in fashion. One day, I'm not going to let go of this because I have memories. We create attachments to memories even. And a lot of these, again, this is a metaphor. A lot of these are things that people have done to us. Hurts. Things that people have said to us. Things that we hold on to and don't want to let go of. So once you find a way, and I've talked about some of this a little bit, about letting go, cutting cords with things that no longer serve you purpose. Once you can get to that point, you start making way for the things that are going to serve you purpose. So once you go into your closet and start decluttering, start letting go of things, then all of a sudden you have room for the things that are going to serve you purpose now. This is when you start seeing things. This is when you start feeling things. This is when you start becoming more aware of who you truly are. Because once we let go of all the things that no longer serve us purpose, we make way for what is. And this is when all of a sudden you start becoming aware. You start becoming sensitive. You start slowly and eventually you start seeing what it is you're here for. You start getting synchronicities. You start getting signs to the questions in which you have asked. They start coming. They start coming to you in ways that it's like, oh my gosh, that's, and you might tell this to some people and they might look at you like, yeah. You'll have those that are around you probably that are very analytical and they'll explain and have a reason why it happened. But inside, you know. Because inside, it'll be something inside of you. Your heart will start racing at a different beat. You'll know. That message was meant for you, and it's an answer for you. It's a confirmation that, yes, this is right. Yes, you're on the right path. Yes, keep going. It's not easy, but with determination and a desire to let go of the things that are holding on to you, the desire to get to where it is, maybe you don't even know where it is you're going, but to keep going forward. Answers are coming. I tell you, I've had a very unusual couple years, but now I'm at the end of that cycle. I know I'm at the end of that cycle. Things are happening at a pace that goes beyond somewhat of my imagination, but this is the beginning. And so I've talked about maybe a little about this before, about divine timing. When you start clearing out things, you start opening up the channels for divine timing. Divine timing. That's when things happen and it's like, bam, miracles. Bam, here you go, doors open. All of a sudden you're at one level and you go open this door and you are allowed to go 2 levels ahead. Suddenly. Divine timing. It's funny, the other day I got offered an opportunity to speak, share some thoughts. It'll be an hour conversation. I have more about this that I'm going to share later. I didn't write all the information down, but it's coming up on December 21st. It's going to be here in Pleasant Hill, California. was like things are happening, and that's going to be an awesome event, just so everybody knows right now. But there are things happening like this. But it's because I've been persistent. I've been pushing through. And it seems like when it's the hardest, and this is something for a lot of you to listen to right now. There are a lot of you right now that are going through some stuff. You're going through things that are like, I just can't keep, this is too much. Here's the thing. The tougher it feels, the harder it feels. When it feels like you're at the limit, you're not really at the limit. You're just being pushed to see, what are you going to do? Are you going to fall down now? Are you going to give up now? Because this is where the doors open. This is where you have to fight through and sit and say, I see beyond this. No matter what my physical eyes see, I see where I'm going to be through all this trouble, all this that I feel like I'm going through, the pains. You know what you're going through. And yeah, it's not easy. Yes, everything in the physical is telling you, yes, this is tough. But no, you're close. You're so close. This is where you got to have the faith and know that you're here for a reason. You're not here just to be. You're not here. We're not brought here just to suffer. We're not brought here to go through pain and misery. These are things that we are supposed to look at, learn, and go, okay, here during this time, there is something that was supposed to come to my attention, and I'm supposed to let go of some things. This is the time. I'm looking at my time now, and I'm seeing I'm going way long, and I know for most people watching long little videos, they fall out. So I'm going to cut this short, but I just want to go back on and say, you can do this. You can do this. You're very close. Stay focused on you. Let go of the things that are hurting you. Let go. Cut the cords. Find who it is you're supposed to be. You're here for a reason. You're beautiful. Know that you're beautiful. See it, say it, believe it. Be well. Be love. Always.